Hey everybody. I was making this video because for all you in my Facebook group, you may have realized that I had a debate with WillRave2, I believe. As soon as he posts the debate, I will share it here. The debate was held over Discord. And he's a nihilist, socialist, atheist. And I thought to myself, well, that's terrible. But this was my first time really diving into nihilism. Like, if you look here, I have this book by Friedrich Nietzsche, the pioneer of nihilism. And I got into it, and my thing about atheists has generally always been that, they focus too much on the bad. And after this debate, this first ever debate I did with someone actually, kind of like in person, it was over Discord on audio. So this debate was different in the sense that when I talked to him, this first time actually conversing with a nihilist like this, I sort of began to think that, I sit here and I tell atheists so much that they only focus on the negative, they don't focus enough on the positive. And I thought to myself, it was kind of apparent by the end of that debate, maybe I focus too much on the positive. Maybe I don't focus enough on the negative. I mean, I've been watching Holy Kool-Aid's, those videos he does where he debunks but biblical history. Nothing fails like biblical history. I have also, that was one of the big things for me, and I've been watching him, and he sounds right. I can't make a response video of those videos because he's right. And it makes me think. History was one of my biggest things. The other thing was biblical prophecy. Diving and talking to atheists, especially on his video on unfulfilled biblical prophecy, it's right, it's all factually true, and I can't find a way to argue against it. And I've just been relying on other Christian apologists to do this for me. And eventually that brought me to the problem of kind of like morality. I've had some really bad things happen to me. You all remember that time I was so desperate that I was asking for money after that awful man had eventually robbed me. And, I came to Christ because I thought to myself, oh, my life's getting better because I'm following Christ, and this is still the life He would want for me. But is this really the life He would want for me? Would He want a life where I'm living in a horrible modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, getting robbed by this person, and I do all this good stuff, and no one's paying me to do this. No one's paying me to do this. I do this, out of my love for God. But essentially, this person, WillRave2, he told me all about how, he kind of taught me to look at it from a different point of view. Christopher Hitchens, he debated Dr. William Lane Craig, and, he let me see, he sort of took the rose-tinted glasses off my face and showed me how Christopher Hitchens definitely made a much better argument than Dr. William Lane Craig. The Kalam cosmological argument is pretty stupid. And, there's no evidence that the universe is actually infinite. And, what the hell else was I going to say? Also, the morality. I mean, like I said, maybe I've been focusing on the good too much. What about the bad? What about, God that would even think back to our debate on biblical slavery between me and Waldo? What kind of God was this that you can beat your slaves and you can conquer other nations, and God just stood by while He just stood by while lives went by, and for some reason, it's like Christopher Hitchens said, oh, for some reason now He decides, well, now we're going to intervene. It kind of makes you wonder what took Him so long. Um, so it makes you wonder if biblical prophecy and history have always been my, whole bread and butter of my Christian faith. And it's already been debunked so many times by so many great atheists. What is this all about? Like, why am I still doing this? The reason I'm still doing this, I don't even know anymore. It's not paying off. It's essentially just making me unhappy whenever I, bring up a good objection and an atheist shoots it down with um, facts and evidence. Places like Ration Wiki, um, uh, Rationality Rules. Ration Wiki is an atheist website. Rationality Rules. Cosmic Skeptic. I mean, how can you argue with Cosmic Skeptic? He's right on a lot of things. That video where he tears apart the Kalam cosmological argument. I mean, come on, the Kalam cosmological argument doesn't even point to the Christian God. It doesn't even point to a God at all. So I'm sitting here thinking about, things, and I'm sure you'll see when I post it, the link, he brought up the Holocaust, and, he said, why would God allow the Nazis to have free will? And, what about the Jews? Why would God give free will to such evil people? If God truly did exist, then, he's not even worthy of worship. And after thinking about that, I only have, this inevitable conclusion that maybe I need to rethink my beliefs. Maybe none of it's truly real. And, let's face it, I said I converted to Christianity at the age of 12. What 12-year-old knows what the hell they're talking about? I'm really sad it's going to let a lot of people down. My mother's probably going to be so upset, and I can't imagine how it'll impact them. How my church pastors that baptize me would react. But I guess I'll trade the religious people for more skeptical, atheistic people. And I certainly see why atheism is on the rise now, because after that debate, I definitely sort of see life in a new way. I truly am convinced, regardless of what I said in the past, that atheism is sort of the diamond in the rough. Anti-vaxxers may be rising, flat earthers may be rising. We may be living in a post-truth society, but at the end of the day, atheism certainly does appear to be the most logical position, because there is no evidence for God, and you don't need evidence that God doesn't exist when you're an atheist. Essentially it's much easier to be an atheist, because the Christian or anyone else is fighting an uphill battle. They can argue against you, and it's up to them. And what evidence is there really? I look back at some of my older videos in disgust now, like when I responded to Holy Kool-Aid. When I responded to Holy Kool-Aid, put me in his video. Holy Kool-Aid actually put me in his video, yes, and he mocked me, and that sort of really made me realize how I was wrong. And I just gotta say that it's hard for me to say this, because my brother's right out there. My brother converted to atheism, and to tell my family another one bit the dust. Sorry. Tell my family another one bit the dust. It's definitely going to hurt, because religion played a really big part in my family, and now that I don't have it, I don't know what really to do anymore. Nietzsche took advantage of the fact that the church, everyone was drawing away from the church, and even he realized that without God, the form of objective morality, like, what even is good and evil anymore? Well, that was fun. Cut! Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. If you didn't figure out this was an April Fool's Day prank when I said Holy Kool-Aid or atheists use facts and evidence, You need to seriously pay more attention to this channel. Get the hell out of here, an atheist using facts and evidence. If that didn't tip you off, this was BS. You deserve to have been pranked. Goodbye. See you next time.